What up, guys and girls? It's Flotobird here to entertain, inform, and inspire. I'm going to be talking about how to quit smoking cigarettes today, and I have 3 main points. First one's going to be distract yourself. Any given urge lasts about 30 seconds. That's from WebMD. You just gotta not think about it for 30 seconds. First 72 hours is the peak of withdrawal, but after that it gets better. 2 weeks apparently is all it takes. Don't just sit there thinking about not smoking, because that's like torturing yourself. I see it as breaking up with like your boyfriend or girlfriend. You share a bond with it. It was part of your daily ritual. Been broken up with that cruel bitch and you need to forget about her. You gotta start replacing the time you spent with her, your cruel mistress, aka the cigarettes, with something else. The reason I'm sure you're quitting cigarettes in the first place is because you want to better yourself, right? So one thing that you can do to fill up your time is try to put it into your aspirations, or like put it into things that make you feel good about yourself. And if you're not quite ready to do that, like you're too immobilized by not having the cigarette smoke, then just try and do something to keep your mind off smoking. Number 2 is do something with your energy. A lot of the times when I would smoke cigarettes, it was because I was bored or frustrated with whatever I was doing. So I would go outside and smoke, and then I would come back and continue doing whatever I was just doing, because the cigarettes made me content. So in a way, it made me content with not being content. So now, not having any cigarettes, I get bored of whatever I'm doing and I do something else until, I get sick of that. I find that exercise is a really good distraction because it makes me feel like I'm doing something productive, and I use a lot of energy on doing, exercise. Every time I try to quit smoking cigarettes, I always feel like I have a bunch of energy. I just don't know what to do with it, and I'm bored or frustrated with everything that I normally do. So I try to find new things to put my energy into to help me channel that shit. You might just have to go a little insane sometimes, because you can't always find something to distract you. But we're at 72 hours now, and I'm not really doing that anymore. Another thing you can try and put your energy into is meditating or yoga. I know that can seem really outlandish for people, but it definitely helps if you can get into that kind of thing. Yoga is probably a lot easier to do. You just look it up, and because you can actually move when you do that. Meditating is kind of difficult because you just gotta sit there. Third point is no excuses. The truth is you don't need it, so don't be a little bitch and just do it, or don't do it. I'm just gonna not do it. Every time I think about it, I'm like, well, I'm not gonna do it. So there's no point in sitting here thinking about it, because I'm not going to. I've decided in my mind that I'm done, and that's the first step to not having any excuses, is knowing that you're done. You're not going to do it this time. So yeah, remember, your brain is only trying to convince yourself of reasons why you should smoke a cigarette. Don't listen to it. Have something close to you that is the driving force behind you quitting. Said, okay, I'm gonna quit cold turkey now. I've decided I'm fucking doing it this time, and I fail. I fail because I just don't care enough. But now I'm like, okay, I already quit drinking, and I'm like, well, that wasn't hard, and I want to do something harder. Okay, I'll make a video on it. I'll say that I'm gonna quit cold turkey, and I'll make a segment out of it. Even though nobody watches these really, it's still, to me, a big deal, because I said online, like, I posted a video, and if I go back to it now, then that's just really bitchy, and I'm not gonna do that. So that's a little thing that works for me personally. I think that if you want to quit smoking cigarettes too, you have to kind of find some anchor for yourself as well that actually matters, and think about that and only that. Like, I know I'm done. I'm not gonna fail. I already know that, because I've decided in my brain that I'm not going back. Apparently this is the worst time. 72 hours is when the withdrawals kick in the worst. It's not even that bad. Like, I don't know, I was tweaking worse yesterday than I am today, but maybe I'll start tweaking later. Let's have a little bit of a review. Number 1, distract yourself. That's the biggest thing for me, is I would think about it, and I would either sit there and think about it until I couldn't take it anymore, and I'd give in and I'd go buy it, because I just couldn't think of anything but. So distracting yourself is a big one. Do something with your energy. That's the second point. Personally, whenever I tried to quit smoking or quit smoking, I have all this energy, I just don't know what to do with it. And I feel like I normally would put it to thinking about smoking cigarettes, right? So I'm just sitting there just thinking about smoking cigarettes, and after a while I can't take it anymore, and I go buy some cigarettes and I smoke them. So do something with your energy. Number 3, no excuses. That's, pretty obvious one, but I know I had to pile drive that into my brain, is you just can't.
Pile drive me anytime.
That's not what I said, but okay. I'll get rid of all excuses that I have in my head that would, usually, it's my brain trying to trick myself into smoking, which you just can't do. There's no exception. There's no reason you should have to smoke. There's no excuse. Just don't. Just fucking don't. Those are the 3 big things that I personally have been using to quit smoking. I hope you found this video informative, inspiring, or entertaining in some type of way. But until the next video, I'll see you later. Peace.